Hello everyone, this is Mike. Welcome to my channel, MikeTheTechSavvy. In front of me I have a Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus. I will be reviewing this device for today. Hopefully I won't dwell too much on the details and I will get the most important stuff right away. Let's start off with the specs and a short comment on them. The body of this device is made out of aluminium and you have a few colors to choose from. This is the blue-ish prism blue, I think it's called, color. It's quite a big phone. You have a 6.4 inches display with HDR, which is quite nice. The resolution is wide QHD+. By default it comes in full HD, which is kind of a shame if you ask me. As far as I've noticed from my previous devices and from this one as well, the resolution change doesn't really affect the battery life, so you're better off if you stay in the highest resolution. The brightness, well, incredible, as all these latest AMOLED displays by Samsung. You have the blue light filter, you have the night mode, which Samsung has implemented even here on Android 9. Cameras, you have two in front, 10 megapixel and 8 megapixel, but only one is used to take photos, the other one is a depth sensor only. On the back we have three cameras and a heart rate sensor, no fingerprint sensor right now. 12 megapixel with dual pixel, face detection autofocus and OIS. 12 megapixel telephoto with OIS and a 16 megapixel ultra wide without OIS. Unfortunately on the back we don't have a fingerprint sensor anymore. The fingerprint sensor is right here in the display and it's quite fast. As you can see, it's a ultrasonic under display fingerprint sensor. It's not a optical one, and this one I guess it's the more expensive solution, let's say, and the more speedy solution as well. On the OS side, of course, we have Android 9, One UI, the amazing edition brought by Samsung, and nothing else basically, so it's more or less the same as it's used for the S9 and S8. We do have a lot of functions which Android 10 just brought on other devices, such as night mode. We do have this link to Windows, which is, let's say, a bit proprietary. Dolby Atmos, which is nice. And of course, we also have wireless power share, which is basically Samsung's reverse wireless technology implemented into this device. All S10 devices have it, so the S10e, S10 and this Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus, which, if you ask me, is the more capable device. This one has a 4100 mAh battery, but just take into account that this reverse wireless charging is very inefficient, probably around 50%, so I won't really recommend using it, maybe only in case of emergencies. We have the bog standard Exynos-9820 on 8 nanometers, 8 gigabytes of RAM with 128 gigabytes of storage. This is the dual SIM variant, and basically, well, that's about it. I've already shown you the box contents in a previous unboxing video, so I won't dwell too much on that. Let's just take a small look at the cameras right now. This is a Logitech G403, which is quite nice, and let's just see what kind of things can this phone do. This is the main camera. This is the telephoto camera, which is not bad by any means, and this is the ultra wide camera, which is very, very wide. So just look at ultra wide, normal camera and telephoto. Let's take a look at resolutions as well. In video we can choose a resolution up to Ultra HD at 60 FPS, and for the front camera the same, 4K. We cannot choose the resolution for the photos. These are, well, default depending on the pixel counts of the specific sensor. for video, we do have the super steady mode, which uses the ultra wide camera and which takes very GoPro-like stabilized videos. The design of the phone is definitely more premium. It's a big phone, and this would probably detract a few users from buying it, but it's a top-notch device with top hardware. I believe it's one of the most impressive devices from this standpoint. Also considering the fact that you still do have a headphone jack, which is really nice. I think we will definitely miss this on the S11 next year. I'm afraid of this, but I don't know why. I'm almost 99% sure that it's gonna go away. So the hardware is top notch. You do have this hole here with the two cameras, and of course Samsung did a really good job at hiding it with these smart wallpapers. The battery life is pretty good, probably the best one out of the S10e, S10 and this one. It's really a top performer with this 4100 milliamp hour battery. The loudspeakers, so we have one on top and one on the bottom, so it's a stereo speaker configuration. It's quite amazing. The volume, the bass, everything is really top notch, and audio quality as well. Through headphones, at least through wired headphones, this is how I have used it. You have Dolby Atmos, which is always really nice, and you do have the adapt sound option, and you can further improve the sound quality along with the equalizer and the ultra high quality upscaler. Anything you throw at it, it will just work flawlessly on this one. You have a lot of RAM, you have a very strong CPU, probably one of the strongest in the Android realm. So this is not really a matter of usage anymore. This is probably overkill for most users. You will definitely not have any issues performance wise with this phone. I've noticed that given its curvature, the display can, well, reflect some weird colors on the edges here, so this might affect the experience a bit, but only a bit. Other than that, the display accuracy is perfect. If you keep it on natural, if you go with vivid, you have the explosive colors that everyone is going for, but if you want accuracy, natural is the way to go. The cameras are up there on the top level, probably with the flagships from other manufacturers like the iPhone 11 Pro, the Huawei P30 Pro and the Mate 30. It's up there. Camera wise, Xiaomi has just released this phone, the Xiaomi Mi CC9 Pro, and it has a penta camera layout which is pretty strong, and I think it will definitely be much better than what's in this Samsung flagship. But as far as I know, for next year the S11 will definitely use one version of this 108 megapixel camera, so Samsung will be a contender for the #1 smartphone camera. You do have some competition, probably the P30 Pro, it's one, the Mate 20 and Mate 30 Pro, the XS Max, and now the iPhone 11 Pro. Again, Sony has a contender as well, the Sony Xperia 1, and probably you also have the LG V50, but given the updates that LG is pushing, or rather not pushing, I guess Samsung is the better choice here out of the two. As disadvantages, I cannot say much. What I've also noticed on the S10e, on the ultra-wide camera, you have no autofocus. You cannot really shoot close-ups or choose to focus in any way. Not much else, so this phone is definitely one of the top contenders. If you're not bothered by the size, and if you want a Samsung device with a very strong overall performance and good battery, this is definitely the phone for you. If you want something smaller but still with the same Samsung experience, I think you should go for the S10e. The S10 has pretty bad battery life, so I wouldn't go with that one. This was the review for today. I had here a Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus in the Prism Blue. color scheme. I hope you've enjoyed this review. If it did, please press the thumbs up button. If you'd like to see more similar videos in the future, also press the subscribe button, which will be displayed right here in the bottom left part. Thank you so much for all your support. This was Mike the Tech Savvy. I wish you a great day. Bye.